Okay, so I'm going to be reading the letter off my laptop. But here we go. Dear Mr. Skinner, we are in dire need of Black representation now more than ever. With all of the chaos, pain, loss, and challenges of faith during this pandemic, many Black students, including myself, are confused and are seeking guidance from those who we can trust. But who can we really trust that has our best interest at heart besides our family and friends? It is important to have Black credible sources whom we can invest trust into so that Black and brown people like you and I can feel welcomed and free to express our concerns to those who not only look like us, but can relate to us as well. In this letter, I will go into detail about my own experiences, suggest ways of how our local and state elected officials can create and facilitate more welcoming spaces, and list different ways that I will personally help in creating a more Black-friendly world through education. First, I would like to formally introduce myself. My name is Mayana Mabry. I am a rising junior political science major on a pre-law concentration from North Carolina. Growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood, I have received most of my education by white teachers and attended schools where the population was 80% Caucasian, students swarming the hallways. Being the only Black student in advanced placement classes in high school, I felt unwelcomed because there was a lack of representation and an absence of relatability, my apologies. Because this was my reality through my 4 years in high school, I tried to ensure that Black students who were in different grade levels from mine didn't have to go through this struggle alone. And as a result, I became a mentor to Black students. I, along with other Black students who were captains in the Link Crew Leadership Program, would aid Black students in their academic and social aspirations throughout high school. Being a Link Crew captain and also student body president, these positions helped aid the goal of providing assistance and providing hope to our fellow African American classmates. The mentors genuinely wanted to be the examples and inspiration that we wished we had. I strongly believe that my purpose in life is to inspire the aspired. And though I felt unwelcomed in high school, I made it a personal goal of mine to ensure that Black students felt welcomed no matter what. Currently, the legacy of Black mentorship continues to be passed down, and many Black students at my high school are feeling welcomed and supported. And it's all because we realized the problem and we made a solution. Next, I would like to propose different ways that local and state elected officials can create and facilitate more welcoming spaces in the education system. As a future U.S. Senator of North Carolina, this is a topic that I am passionate about, as I do believe in completely reforming the education system. But first, we must address the problems. Currently, the zero-tolerance behavioral policies, the school-to-prison pipeline, the lack of teacher diversity, and inequity in educational resources all serve to make public and private education unwelcoming for African American students. This has been a reality for decades, and it's time for a change. My idea is to ensure that local and state politicians are going to create and facilitate more welcoming spaces, are to hire more Black teachers and professors, completely rewrite the required curriculum taught to students and add an African American history course in secondary education, increase pay for teachers and professors, and offer free breakfast and lunch to all students regardless of income. These are only a few of the many ideas that I would like to see our politicians tackle and potentially pass to make a more welcoming and a more happy environment in the education system. Lastly, as a future public servant, I will continue to make my mission to make sure that a Black-friendly world is created in the education system. Different ways that I will help is to encourage Black students to attend HBCUs for post-secondary education, provide mentorship programs to Black students, help and volunteer at local elementary, middle, and high schools, and encourage Black students to participate in the arts such as theater as a way to cope with stress, anxiety, and depression. These are ways that have helped me survive the education system, and I will be a drop in the bucket by making an impact in my community and passing on the legacy of Black excellence. As trendsetters, I strongly believe that together we can make a difference in our community. It is important for people like us to be sources of information and provide trust so that our people will listen. Through education, it is important for us to be the fundamental example of an inspiration. It is important for us to use our resources to create a welcoming space for Black individuals. It is important to remind Black children of their worth and motivate them to be the best versions of themselves that they can be, inside and outside the classroom. Lastly, it is important to respect Black children as they will one day treat others the way they were once taught. The education system has already failed Black children, but you and I, we will not. Thank you for your attention, Mr. Skinner. I look forward to hearing from you and working together to ensure that more Black representation is provided for the advancement of our people. Best, Mayana Mabry.